NFTs have been all the rage lately, at least talk about them has been all the rage. And actually, if you look at the prices of some of these products, they have been as well. Non-fungible tokens is what we're talking about. And there's sort of some confusion about what exactly they are. Andy Serwer, our editor-in-chief, wrote about it in this weekend's column and tried to sort of suss out not just what they are, which is just a digitized version of something, but also whether we should care about them. And you make the argument that we probably should be paying attention here.
Yeah, we probably should, because at some point soon, Julie, you are going to want an NFT, or imagine one of your kids is going to want an NFT. Of course, an NFT, a non-fungible token, is basically anything in the world that can be digitized. So it can be a song, it can be a picture, it can be a video, and it can be copied, yes, but an NFT means if you own it, you have the original rights to that. It's a piece of digital code that is represented in cryptocurrency, most specifically or most often in Ethereum, and you have the full ownership of it. And, you know, yeah, it's an explosive market right now. And at some point, you know, one of your kids, again, is going to have to want to get something for, say, Fortnite that's an NFT, and you're going to be looking to get one.
And Andy, if one wants to be a player in NFTs, they have to know who Beeple is. Who is Beeple? You spoke to Beeple.
I'm so glad you brought up Beeple, because I really had a great time talking to this guy. He is, well, he is the third most expensive artist, living artist right now. In other words, his artwork sold for $69 million at a Christie's auction, which is only behind, what was it, Hockney and Koons. And this guy was a commercial artist who made a very nice living, and a very successful commercial artist making digital images. And he also was sort of an artiste on the side, creating images, a project called Everydays, where he made a piece of digital art every day. And suddenly became popular. I mean, he was selling these things for $100 in October, and suddenly he just became all the rage and collected it into one big piece of art called Everydays, where he sold the first 5,000 images into this one piece of art. And I think it also speaks to the fact that the people who like his artwork are these crypto zillionaires who have all this money. And so they're looking for a place to spend it. And people just happen to pull down these tens of millions of dollars.
You know, Andy, it's interesting. I would argue that we should pay as much attention to it, not just because of the big money being spent, but because of the very little money being spent, the small amounts, I mean. And what I'm talking about is what you referred to about the kids, right? Our kids are digitally native. I mean, my kids are certainly digitally native, and they're already spending crypto in the form of Robux, which is the currency that's on Roblox, which is the popular gaming platform that just went public. They're very comfortable in that world already as an elementary schooler and a middle schooler. So you have to think that this thing has a long tail for these kids who are coming up sort of in that world already.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, of course, you know, the internet hasn't really, crypto is really the internet's version of taking over the world of currency, right? And you know, that's happening. And you have to wonder also, Julie, ultimately about the implications for the big money center banks. I mean, I don't think there's anything right now this quarter, but over time, you really wonder about these companies. Now, they may do okay in the same way that we were concerned about the Visas and the MasterCards of the world when it came to electronic payments, and those companies are still making out. So banks may be able to figure this out as well. But there's no question that there's this whole shadow universe of non-fiat currency, which is to say crypto, that yes, increasingly young people are comfortable with and are using. And it is going to revolutionize our world. And I'm glad that you have that experience about your kids, because that's exactly what I'm talking about.